All right, finishing up our last two examples here. Negative 1.68 equals 2 sine theta. So again, you want to divide both sides. You need to get the trig function by itself and divide both sides by 2. When you're doing that inverse operation, right, that's why we isolate that for sine theta. So the 1.68 divided by 2. It's going to be negative 0.84 sine theta. So now we can solve, but in order to solve, we need our cast rule. And you're going to be drawing it, like I said, every equation you do in this unit, you're going to need a picture. So what two quadrants is sine negative in? Everyone, just sign are positive in those two quadrants right there. All right, so that means that sine is negative in those two quadrants. So we're going to have one answer in quadrant 3, so that's going to be theta 1. We're going to have one answer in the bottom, and that's going to be theta 2. Now we can go to the calculator, and now we can do theta equals sine inverse of negative 0.84. We have a picture, okay, that will help make sense of our answer that the calculator spits out. So sine inverse, I get negative 57 degrees. Theta equals negative 57 degrees. It's not an answer that I want because I wanted an answer between 180 and 270. So that was my first one. Theta 2 should be between 270 and 360. Negative 57 means that we started at the x-axis and we did a negative rotation here. So I went backwards 57 degrees. Hopefully now you can see that in order to calculate theta 2 then, theta 2 would be, if we went all the way around, that's 360 degrees. All right, then we back up 57. So to calculate theta 2, it would be 360 degrees minus 57. So our 360 minus the 57. So that first, angle 2 is going to be 303 degrees. Okay, theta 1. Now, if the angle between the x-axis is 57 degrees here, it will be 57 degrees here. Always. It's symmetrical. So this angle here is 57 degrees. You don't have to worry about the negative. So for this one, to go around half a circle, that's 180 degrees. All right. To get to the line that I want, I had to go another 57. So that means that theta 1 will be 180. That was half the circle, plus another 57. So my theta 2 then will be the sum of those two, which will be 237. So there's my two angles. So therefore, the solution will be 237 is the first angle, 303 is my second angle. And the nice thing is you can check this on a test. You just have to punch in sine of 237, sine of 303, and they will give you your possible solutions. All right. Sixth and final example then goes back to tan, and I'm going to just change it a little bit here. So let's change the negative sign. Let's make 12 negative. I just want it to be a little bit different than one of the previous examples. So if you just put a negative in front of the 12. Solving for tan, I'm going to add 12 to both sides, add 12 to both sides. Inverse operation. Isolates for tan theta. And we end up with 21.75. So first thing is to remind people that tan can be a large number. Tan can be any number it wants to be. Okay? So this is okay. Can't have sine or cos at 21.75, but you can have tan. So cast rule. Excuse me. So what two quadrants is tan positive in? Tan's positive here, and tan is positive here. So that means that I will end up with one answer in quadrant 1, one answer in quadrant 3. So there are my two angles. I can now go ahead and use the calculator to determine some angle value, but the picture, again, the whole purpose of the cast rule picture is to make sense of the answer the calculator spits out. So 21.75 tan inverse gives me 87 degrees. So does that make sense? Actually, it makes perfect sense. 87 degrees is between 0 and 90, and I want an answer between 0 and 90, so that one has to be 87 degrees. So we got theta 1. Theta 2, it's got to be an answer between 180 and 270. So the question is, how much between 270? So again, if this angle here is 87, this angle here has to be 87. It's always symmetrical, always. So the question is then, what is the sum of angle 2? Well, to here's 180, and to finish it off is another 87 degrees. So theta 2 is going to be the 180 plus 87. All right, so our 180 plus the 87, 267. So those are my two angles. So therefore, theta will equal 87 degrees, and it will equal 267. All right, this is a challenging concept. All right, you're gonna, if you have questions, you need to ask, and you need to make sure you do some of the questions here. So 57 and 59 in the text, you're doing the even questions only. Please make sure if they have the funny expressions, 2 plus root 3 over 5, calculate it to a decimal first. All right, before doing the question, you do not have to work with fractions. Okay, you've already done the exact value. I'm not asking you to do any more exact value at this point in time. I want you to be able to use Castral. All right, make sure if you have the questions, you need to make sure you ask and get them clarified. Good luck.